It's got to be, we got to be working on 20 years now, don't you think?
Thinking.
Yeah, 20, maybe even 25, but at least 20.
The sad part about the mind and the memory is that somebody will say, well, do you remember when? And in my mind, I've got like 6 or 7 years, right? And it's actually 18, you know?
Yeah.
And they pull out the date.
Yes.
And you go, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Missing 10 years. You know me.
Well, I do. You need,
real quiet.
You need that sort of 7-second delay.
Well,
whether you're on the radio or not, frankly.
Right. Garza, you're right by the button, right?
I'm not.
Okay.
No, I hope Zach is.
Zach will be there.
Everybody's been instructed. Yeah.
We're freewheeling here. But I'm going to be honest with you. I've worked them all. The Calgary Stampede, Ohio, Texas, Oklahoma. All the fairs in North America in the last 38 years. And this is the best fair in North America, bar none.
Give yourselves a hand. Yeah, that's an ode to the audience.
We have people that not only went to school, but learned something while they were in school and kept going on to school. And they're very knowledgeable people about society and everything. We have our troubles in St. Paul and Minneapolis, like any large city. But when I come to the fair, I can't believe how good the people are that I'm talking to over there at the exhibit. They're interested in the reptiles and why we do this and why we do that. And I've always felt very welcome. From the time I was in the 4-H building till I moved down here at the new location about, I'm guessing, 12 years ago, so 14. Now, the first thing that we want to show you is a amphibian named Charles.
Charles, you said.
And when you look at it, I want you to guess who we named it after.
I'm going to go,
Barkley.
Yeah, it's got to be Barkley, the
Yep,
round mound rebound.
Yep, that's him.
That's brilliant.
That's an African burrowing bullfrog.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and he can eat a fairly good-sized rat.
Do we have a rat here for it to eat?
No, we can't feed it in front of people.
Oh, okay, all right. Whoa. Kid's a little afraid there, it looks like.
Well,
Two Dogs has it.
Yeah.
You know, Two Dogs is under control.
He's a pro.
You know, the thing about amphibians is if there's anybody slimy, it's an amphibian, not a reptile. Reptiles do not sweat. They have dry skin. They're very clean. And an amphibian's he was here first before the reptiles, before the dinosaurs. So they emerged with kind of a defensive mechanism, like certain toads can emit like a toxic covering on their skin. So a dog only eats one of them. And if he ever heals up, he'll never eat another one. And so they have a defense mechanism. And the amphibians are frogs, toads, and salamanders. And if you notice...
Should AJ be doing that?
AJ is pretty close to him.
He's paparazziing Charles here.
Could
Should
Charles
he be doing that?
Spring on him at all or no? Charles looks pretty calm.
Pretty
right now.
sedate.
Well, yeah, he eats a small to medium rat, no problem. And about every 2 weeks we feed him. You know, if you look at the size of him, I wouldn't want to kill him by overfeeding him. So we just kind of wait until he tells us. When we go,
was he tapping you on the shoulder, or what is he?
Well, we got these pullouts in the reptile room. When we go by and all of a sudden we hear the water move, we figure, and you just take a
want a
thong
snack
and thaw out a medium-sized rat and put it in there, and he grabs it with his front feet and he's stuffing it in there.
Oh, you kidding?
He eats just like Barkley with the Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. Right, now, this guy right here.
I'm glad you noticed him.
It's probably a girl, and Terry will take a look, but he's got a long tail, but it's got a set of spurs on it, which are the hind legs of boas and pythons. All other snakes do not have those spurs. Anyway, this snake was hatched with one eye. Because, boy, you will find out how quick it is. But look at that, Dan. Look at the face on it.
Beautiful.
It's close enough, Two Dogs. Thanks. Yeah.
You're right. That is remarkable.
Wow.
Well, and
I hope that the Cricket Wireless 360 cam is getting a good shot of that. We're still working on that, Monty.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably a female, but we'd have to probe it to be sure.
But those spurs are big, aren't they?
We're not going to do the probing today,
Let's not
right?
probe today. Yeah, I don't think
No
we're gonna
probing.
do that. Yeah.
It's not a big major deal.
How old is One Eye?
3.
3 years old.
So we've
beautiful.
held it back. We haven't fed it a lot.
Right.
You know, I mean, we keep it healthy and everything. But when you put a rat in there and a pair of tongs, if you touch it on his head on the blind side, you can't even see the tail. He put so many coils on it.
Really?
Ooh. These go to about 8-9 feet now.
That's intermediate.
But they're going to go through a spurt where they cannot eat enough, they can't get filled up, and they will shoot up to 12 or 14 feet. I've seen them do it in 6 months.
Whoa. That's beautiful, that one. The second one that...
Yeah, well, another thing I'd like to give Carl Herman another bump. He and I were the first to kind of massively produce what we call tiger retics. And prior to that, a lot of the reticulated pythons that came into the country were coming from cities where they competed with people. People hated the snakes hated people.
Do you know how many you brought over?
So how many snakes have we got here?
Keep track.
So anyway,
How many handlers do we have?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4 here
yeah,
total,
well,
right there.
Terry will help run them down.
Well, the two that are out now looks like they're kind of tangled up together. Is that okay?
There's three snakes
of them in there.
Yeah.
They're waltzing. Anyway,
This is a family program again, Monty. We don't need that kind of,
I said they're waltzing.
Oh, waltzing. Okay, that's good. All right, that's good. That's safe for everybody.
Up after them, and then they go to a bigger rat, and then they go to a rabbit, and if you can get a 30-pound pig, a 20-foot retic will swallow it. So
A 20-pound pig?
30-pound.
30-pound pig.
Yeah.
They'll swallow a 30-pound pig.
Yep. Well, bacon
that.
hogs, they're nice and long.
Look at that helmet. Look at that mug.
Yeah.
Cute.
Two
But
eyes,
anyway,
too.
2 eyes, yeah.
I want to warn
Beautiful.
everybody about getting baby pythons thinking they're going to be babies, because in 2 years they're not going to be babies. And the money you spend getting of the money that you will spend to build proper environments for them as they grow up and re-shingle this building. If he's been up there for 30 years doing shingles,
Yeah.
and he tells you that he hadn't hit his thumb, he's a SOB liar.
He's lying, too.
Yep.
A lot of lying.
It comes with the territory.
Yeah, that's very true.
And it's not something we brag about, but you know what happens. You slam your finger in the door, you slam your finger in the door.
Well, next segment, we're going to break here pretty soon. Then maybe you can tell us your most famous death-defying snake moment, because you've told it before, but it's a pretty good story.
Okay.
I mean, it's a pretty, and I don't even know if you're embellishing it. Regardless, it's a good story.
No, I tell you what, I'll tell you just the way it happened.